And I said, that's new. And the daughter said, I got it for my mother for Mother's Day. I asked her, what made you to decide to do that? And she said, because we should always remember what Jesus did for us. And my mother is dying. And she needs to remember that, and I need to remember. Can't argue with any of that, can you? Can't argue with it. He himself is the propitiation for our sins. Well, the second P is this. There can be a perversion of our perception, our understanding of our sin. I'm looking at chapter 3. Verse number 7 reads, Little children, let no one deceive you. He who practices righteousness is righteous, just as he, that is Jesus Christ, is righteous. And verse number 10 of 1 John 3 reads this way. In this, I underscored in my Bible, in this, the children of God and the children of the devil are manifest. Or we might say they are revealed, and we would understand that they are recognized as being different. 1 John 3 verse 10, in this the children of God and the children of the devil are manifest. Whoever does not practice righteousness is, next three words, read them aloud with me. Not of God. Not of God. Nor is he who does not love his brother. And so in the pod, and our understanding of the good news of the gospel, you and I could be significantly off base in that we do not comprehend the fact that Jesus Christ is himself the propitiation, that he paid the price. That the greatness of this is so extreme that it's beyond any, we have no plea. No plea. And he stepped forward and volunteered. He paid the price. Awesome price. There was a couple that asked me one time, why did the film Passion of Christ have to be so brutal? I said, I haven't seen it, but the fact is that the crucifixion was brutal. It really was. And it might be in our understanding of the gospel now that our grasp of our personal sinfulness is perverted. And we have a perception that the way we like to see it. But if we need to, if you need to, allow the words of 1 John 3 verse 10 penetrate your mind and your heart and your spirit. It is this way that the children of God and the children of the devil are manifest, are distinguished from one another. Whoever does not practice righteousness is not of God, nor he who does not love his brother. Now, I noticed this the other day that there's a new book by George Barnum. Barnum is a statistician. He is one that looks at movements and trends. He analyzes things. He gets public opinion. He's able to interpret these readings. And all the time, you and I are subjected to various polls. You agree with me that if you heard that 50% of the country did this and another 50% did that, that would show that we were split right down the middle. But you would not be agreeable to that analysis if I told you that 2 people participated in the poll. You would say, well, it's kind of weak. It's weak. It's weak. And you would be more impressed if there was 100 people. But then you would be more impressed if 100 people were not across America, but they were in your neighborhood, on your street. Well, then, okay, then you get a lot as well. George Barna has published a book entitled The Seven Faith Tribes. The Seven Faith Tribes. He's looking at America and he has interviewed 30,000 people. This is a significant analysis. He has found that 1% of the population is Muslims. He has found that 1.5% of the nation is Mormon. He has found that 1.5% are pantheists. That is, that God is in things. And we would say in theology that in connection with the creation, he is not evident, he is not evident. Okay. He has found that 2% are Jews. He has found that 5% are skeptics, doubtful, we might say agnostics, and that the rest are Christian. Now, if the book is entitled The Seven Faith Tribes, do you detect a problem here? The 7 faith tribes: Muslim, Mormon, pantheists, Jews, skeptics, Christian. The problem is what?
6.
That's 6. That's a problem. That's problematic, okay? And so it's problematic for him. But he dares to call the book The Seven Faith Tribes because as he looks at Christians, he's not doing what you and I might be doing right now. If we're hearing this for the first time, we're thinking, well, you know, there's various denominations and associations, and perhaps you just want to make a distinction, come up a distinction between, say, Catholic or Protestant or something like that, and that would be 6, 7, well, boom, we're done. All right? He doesn't do that, but he gives it his own title, his own classification. 67% of America is what he calls casual Christian. Casual Christian. The teaching may or may not be important. What is expected of them in their life may not necessarily be important. In his mind, he had to give them a title. He calls them casual Christians. In the pod that we're talking about the propitiation for our sins, the significance of that. Our perception of sin, is it perverted and twisted? We don't see how bad it is. How could there possibly be so many Christians in our nation that were in such a fix? How could that possibly be so? Because we have what is called casual Christians. And yet the text says, 1 John 3:10, in this the children of God and the children of the devil are manifest. Whoever does not practice righteousness is not of God, nor is he who does not love his neighbor. In those 2 broad areas, we cannot be casual.